Hello everybody, welcome back. So we finally got some new batteries for this tractor and the baling tractor, and don't really need to do anything with it other than hook up the cultivator, get it ready. You remember last year we was using this thing and I said, hey, we really need to change out some of these sweeps. Well, they're getting pretty rounded. We actually got the sweeps last year, but I didn't get them put on. We went ahead and ran them the way they were. I mean, yeah, they're junk. There's nothing left of them. Nothing really doing much good on these guys. They're breaking off and they're round, so they're not digging very well. And I've noticed some other minor details, like we're missing a spring here on this guy. Yeah, there's that one. And I've got a few extra springs, but I don't have the thread violet. See, that one's spring just broke when I unfolded it, so I'm missing that little threaded rod to go down below. So, well, that's why you get stuff out and get it ready before you need it. Also got a minor leak on that wing cylinder right there, but probably not going to fix it because it's just pretty minor. All right, so I went ahead and started removing some, as you saw. Take a look at this new one. Compared it to the old one, that's quite a bit of difference, and definitely quite a bit pointier. She's going to do a lot better job of digging and getting down in there, and that's one of them that, you know, wasn't super terrible. Not any point on it, but the wing was still okay. So just kind of going to go through the cultivator, get it ready to go. Had the seed guy up here. That was quite a deal. He brought our organic soybean seed, and we just set it right over here yesterday. But that was quite a deal because, man, he pulled in, and he's from 5.5 hours away south, and so he brought up several people's seed. And then he pulled in here, and his son hopped out, and pretty soon they were back over to the pickup, and oh shit, they locked the door. Locked their keys inside. Well, glad I'm not the only one having bad luck. Took them 3.5 hours by the time the locksmith finally got here, and well, anyway, it took him 3.5 hours to get a pair of keys made for him so he could get on the road again. But he was asking me what are we planning on doing with this machine shed, and I said, well, it's just, I mean, I've got a few basic tools down here so that we can do tasks like this. It's nice and sunny outside, but you know, I've got enough light in here from these skylights up above there, you know, so you can see them there, that we can do work in here without being out in the element. It's a nice day today, wouldn't be bad outside, but it's pretty cool in the shed. So it's about, I don't know, 75, 80 degrees outside. It's just a little bit cooler inside. So that's kind of the main thing we're doing with the machine shed, is just using it for, you know, just storage and minor repair stuff like this. So it's nice that I can unfold the disc or the soil finisher inside here when it's, you know, raining or whatever outside. We can still do work on it. So anyway, let's get back to it. We've got to go through and we got to check all these gauge wheel bearings, make sure they're okay, make sure we don't have any that are getting talky. We don't need, oh yeah, that one, well, it feels like it's riding on something. Oh yeah, she's rubbing on that. So somehow she's slipped loose a little bit, and it's not where it's supposed to be. That one's okay. And that one, is it riding again? Yeah, it's riding. So we need to drop those down just a little bit. Those are probably set just a little lower from, that one's set pretty low too. So those, I'm guessing I set them lower to get them to dig better because these shovels are just junk. Anyway, I'm not seeing any bearings out, which is good. That one's good. I've had wheel bearings go out on these stupid things, which that doesn't make much sense. Anyway, these bearings are all good. Bucket of junk. There we go. Done with that for, I don't know, 6 weeks. It'll be ready. Let's go see what else we can get tore up. Man, I apologize everybody. It's been 2 weeks since we were working on the John Deere Cultivator. And man, it has just been freaking rainstorm after rainstorm. We've had tornadoes come through and wreak havoc on our local town. And just one storm after another. We've had a pretty significant amount of rain. Luckily, no major flooding other than, you know, surface water. But it's been crazy. At least we got the yard mowed a couple times, kind of keeping the grass down, but man, we've got nothing else done. We got all the tractors put in the shed there that night after working on the cultivator, and it's just been freaking crazy. So today we're gonna get the cultipacker unhooked and try to get hooked onto the planter. I'm gonna try to make a new mounting bracket for the monitor because it's kind of the one that's in there is busted and not doing a very good job of supporting it. Yeah, so we got to move a few tractors around so that I can get it out because we was just in a hurry trying to get stuff put away. And I'm glad we did, because that storm that came through first night had all the tornadoes, and holy cow, it just tore shit up all over town. Luckily we didn't have any here. We had pretty good winds, but no tornadoes at my place. So alright, let's get some tractors shuffled around it. Okay, so here's the current monitor mount. You see my little bolt fell out of there, and she's starting to break right there. And it's just, it was good for a while, but it just keeps bending this piece down. The monitor's pretty dang heavy. You know, there's, 3 monitors stacked up there. Well, 2 monitors and then the control switch. So we need to make something a little bit more sturdy that's not going to be yet bending. So if I could make one like what we have in the baling tractor, it doesn't swing like I made this one. It's just sitting about over there and rigid, and it's got a nice bend right there, but it's bolted right to that frame underneath. I just need to make sure that I don't have it in the wrong position, that it's too close to this pillar, because the monitors are pretty large in this planter. So there's the current mount. And I think what I'm going to do, rather than try to redo the whole thing and make a new one, I'm going to just strengthen this one up or revamp it a little bit. Weld this hole up shut, because I didn't ever really need the swivel part. I don't know why I wanted it to swivel. But anyway, I think I'll just go ahead and weld that shut and then get a gusset to put on right there. And then just bead this up all the way around it, or put a couple tacks up there. Most of the strength is going to come from this part here that's missing. And that, thinking about how that's bent down, all the strength was on this little strap. So I don't think it's terribly weak. It just had the wrong type of support. It needs to be gusseted right there. And then put a tack or so back up on this side and around over here and fill that hole in, because I don't ever need that thing to swivel anymore. So alrighty, there we go. I think that looks pretty decent. Fill the hole in, give her a couple welds back here. Not gonna even bother removing the bolt, because it's, I can get it out, but no reason to. Alright, let's go mount it. Well, there we go. Nice and secure. Pretty solid. Went ahead and got her fully installed. Now we just got to go hook up to the planter, but we got one more tractor in the way first, so I had to go get that guy moved. Forgot about those wires. Those go to the guide hitch. to get that with the guide hitch. Hey, planter's all hooked up and hose is connected. We're gonna pull it out of the shed. Hope I don't hit anything. Should have enough room. I got a hay mower sitting over here kind of out of position. So it's going to be a little bit of a tight fit, but I think it'll go. Crank the old nose around. Now we'll take her up to the shop because I got to fix that wiring problem back there on the planter. Shouldn't take too long. Basically, just gotta splice a bunch of wires back together from when the frame had folded, and then pinched a bunch of the wires, and that's what was causing my no plant. Anyway, it was planting, but it says it wasn't planting last year. Right there. Now, I discovered this last September when I was up on top of the combine looking down. Combine's parked literally right beside the planter, and this was hanging down here like this, and my thoughts were, dude, this wasn't all exposed. It was just this here that I could see, and I thought, man, that doesn't look right. I wonder what's going down. So I climbed down to have a peek, and I was like, holy shit, well, that would be why my wires are all fucked up, or my monitor's all fucked up, saying it's not planting. So that one's probably okay. I don't think it's hurt. That one I cut in half because I was having a hard time looking at them. I wanted to make sure I knew which ones was which. There's a couple black ones. Yeah, those two. So this one's smashed. This one's smashed. So those two go together. This black one goes with this black one. Those two are the ones I cut apart. The rest of them I just need to cut in the middle and put a short little connector in there to make them good again. Good gracious, no wonder she was acting up. It's supposed to be up on top like that and then zip tied so that it can't fall down the way. So that was down there, and when the arm swings out, she just pinched her down in there, and yeah, cool. Now, I don't know what you guys typically do when you have wiring problems, but depending on what I'm doing, if I'm doing inside a cab or something, I won't use such expensive connectors. These are not just heat shrink. These are heat shrink and solder connectors. So on something like this with the planter, you know, it's out here exposed the elements, and I don't want it to ever give me a grief. I'm going to put a very good connector in here because, you know, you don't want to be fighting your planter, figuring out what the heck's going on and where your wiring problems are. So that's gonna maybe need to be stretched, or I don't know. Some of them are pretty freaking tight. Let's see. That black one be pulled around any tighter. Maybe I can get that to reach. I don't know. I think it's gonna, yeah, it'll stretch a little bit. There we go. Okay. So basically these connectors, you shred them back, you know, about that far from the end. So on like this old wire, I'd shred it back to about there. Stuff the wire inside here, put the other one inside, crimp them just a little bit right there on the end. The wires really need to be overlapping. Whoop, sorry, my hand's in the way. The wires really need to be overlapping into that bulb right there. That way when the solder melts, it gets onto both wires. It's not like the old butt connectors where the wires kind of come in, you know, almost touching, and the connector itself is what's doing the connecting. These are a little bit more high dollar, but I want to make sure I get a good connection. And I picked these up at Napa. Yeah, they're freaking expensive, but they're only used on a rare occasion like this here. So yeah, fun, nice. Okay, so far I've done two. I just wanted to stop and show you what this looks like after you do it. See right there in the center Come on, focus. Right there in the center. That's, you couldn't see through it a minute ago. That's where that bulb of solder was. And as you heat this guy up, it melts and goes both directions into this solid connector. And make sure when you use these, when you crimp them on, that you're not using a super aggressive one. You know, use the right size for the right connector, obviously, but make sure you don't pinch it so hard that you pull clear through all this insulation, or you know, it's gonna have an exposed spot there. So be careful. This pink one over here, it wasn't really looking like it was broke, but it was smashed like a son of a bitch, like this one here is, this blue one. And when you pull on it, you can kind of tell where the weak spot is. I can see that by pulling on it, she's broke. Get out of there, little black one. She's broke just right there. Give it a pull test, and it's broke over here. Yeah, see, so with all this extra smash stuff underneath there, I went ahead and put some just plain old heat shrink in here underneath of this heat shrink solder connector to kind of cover up any real bad stuff. So anyway, I think we'll do this blue one next. So we got two blue ones. Whew, there we go. Got her all taped up and secure. Up out of the way. You know what? I think we need another zip tie back here because we only got one holding it, and that one's broke. Yeah, that would be bad. That would come down and scissor off the whole fucking harness. Let's go get another zip tie for that guy. Oh man, there's another one back there. Another busted off zip tie. Let's not do this again. There we go. That looks better. Now, I think we just got to clean her up a little bit, do a little bit of greasing, check our tires. One over on the outside over there is a little bit low, I saw. These look okay. I'm going to check these tires. Feels like it might be a little bit low. Check over everything, like these big springs up here. These like to break. I think that one's okay. Whoa, what's going on in there? Looks like that thing missing a keeper. Well, can't really tell. Doesn't look right. Ouch! No, it's not coming out this way. This looks funny. Yeah, just look everything over. Make sure nothing's missing or loose or out of place. Make sure we don't have too big gaps in our gauge wheels, that kind of stuff. Just check it over. I'm sure it would plant 30 acres without any trouble, but it's good to know what's about to fail or needs replaced. And that's that. We got her all greased up. Had to blow up most of the tires. They were all just a little bit low. Those two that actually drive the row units, though, those were essentially flat for some fucking reason. Oh well. Well, that's going to be it for this video, guys. I thank you for coming along and watching as we kind of fix a few things up. Man, I sure hope we don't get any more of those tornadoes coming through. That was crazy. But we're sure fortunate to have the rain. We've been needing it. Pastures are sure chooching right along now. We've got some good moisture in the ground. We just need it, you know, just needs to dry out long enough now that we can go in and get our field work done and get these soybeans planted. So you guys know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. If you got any questions, hit me up down below in the comments. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and share if you would, please. It helps out quite a bit. Until next time, catch you later.